And so you just kind of sack that lane, because what wins against Razor, let's be honest.
Aggro tri-lanes do.
Yeah, true.
Ranged heroes like Viper can do well. So, but most of the melees you're not gonna win against.
Again, they go in SF. They just Young G's, he's a happy mid laner right now.
How is that against the Storm? What does the matchup look like?
Should be fine. I mean, they'll both farm, but SF has potential to bully the Storm. But normally when Storm gets 6, that's when SF starts feeding, right?
Exactly.
It really just comes down to that 6-minute mark. I noticed both teams are going and checking the runes at 6. If Storm starts getting these runes, it might not be very pretty for the SF. But if they deny the runes away from the Storm, then SF will be happy, right? So it's going to come down to gameplay a lot. But I think in general, the SF versus Storm is... Storm likes to play versus melee heroes, just get in there, right? But SF, he'll punish you for it, right? Nuking you over and over again, so... It's kind of their logic here. He cares about the lane, as every SF mid player does.
Last pick for Gambit. We talked about how their carry last game was a bit lackluster. What could we be seeing here that would be nicer?
So it's kind of hard in this position because you're playing versus Razor, which limits your options quite a bit. And what I would Void in general could be good, but they don't have good chrono damage. Morphling looks good, but there's a lot of stun as well on top of that. Illusion heroes, they have line. I feel like PuckChamp has covered their lineup pretty well. Like, the PL in general is good versus, like, this Razor carry stuff. I kind of like the Morphling from, like, it's off the top of my head.
But even and you mentioned they've covered their lineup well. They're last picking their offlaner again. So even, like, Morphling does look good, but they can actually, maybe pick something that's going to give them a rough time. But
Morph doesn't have a lot of bad matchups. It's mainly, like, the Zoo type of stuff that's good versus him, which they in theory could fit. It's just PuckChamp puts a lot of value on putting stuns on their supports, I see, instead of their cores, and giving the freedom for their offlaner to play whatever he wants, which is it's nice to do if you can. Yeah,
they're happy to pick their mid SF, and the way they keep their offlaner happy is like, okay, we'll give you last pick, but we're picking SF for our mid.
I wonder how much of a flex they're using between these Razor and Kunkka heroes, right? And I wonder if their offlaner is willing to play it, right?
Because so far we've only seen them play those heroes in carry, right,
yes.
Alva?
Yeah. Which is interesting because they have a new offlaner, so maybe people are like, I don't know what Malik plays.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like most of the Eastern European teams just prioritize their teamfight initiation for when it comes to offlane play. So,
yeah, that's true. Their teamfight is top notch.
Not last game when he played Underlord.
True.
What, you mean SNY is not a normal build for Underlord?
It's not teamfight initiation, that's for sure.
That seems like something you would see in NA pubs. SNY Underlord.
Satanic afterwards as well. What a game.
Oh, for sure. I've definitely seen those builds.
They have eliminated the Zoo, by the way, on your point. They got rid of the Beastmaster, so I guess you could go like him, but that's not very good for this game for PuckChamp. So you covered that base from Morphling to a degree.
Number one.
Okay.
I was gonna say PA could be good too, but
good as
it's just an IO combo. I don't really like it this game.
What's
Suffer's the same. Just Razor. Like any of these carries, like Gyro, Luna, like Razor's just counters them.
And even SF, we're seeing Dragonlance physical damage. It feels like those two carries that both outrange Luna.
I mean, if you ever link this Luna, like she's getting buffed up a lot, sure, but she has no damage. She can't really escape it. Like you have to get an early pike. You just have to take the fights very carefully. Normally Luna's the type of carry that wants to sit in the front and tank everything, but if you get linked, you're just running, and it's like it's hard to play the game, I think.
Maybe the idea is, I mean, last game they kind of lost all 3 lanes. Maybe they're just picking for their lanes. Do you feel like they have got better I see heroes like Undying Luna. I think, okay, they've got strong lanes.
The problem is PuckChamp has last pick here. The Axe would be good again. Wait, let me see. There's Undying in the game now. Interesting. Okay. This is very hard to read because, like, I don't know where this Undying and IO are going, but they are going for the Axe anyway. It's still fine, but if they put the Undying versus the Axe and the Luna, it should be fine. But just this Pango IO lane seems super awkward.
Yeah. What is the strength of the Axe here?
Generally speaking, versus like Luna, you just battle hunger and run at her, along with a combination of line. You got good stun. They wanted to have more stuns in this game, just lockdown and jump. This Storm would have like, whenever you're playing for Storm, you just want more stuns, right? So they just picked like the best stun they could that could lane versus the Luna.
I think we're getting to game 3 though. I think it's coming. I think the Leshrac they've replaced with the Storm, to me, it's that active hero that can punish the fact that SF is not active. And I think this Axe is not going to have a good time against like an Undying Luna lane. So to me, I think they've got better lanes, and they have a mid that can, potentially be a bit more active and make plays. So I actually think Game 3 is possible. But I think both teams drafted well.
I think the draft is much closer this game, but if this does go mid-late game, I would really worry for Monaco Gambit, unless the Storm really pops off. I think all eyes on Lornoff for me this game.
We'll have to see if we do get a third game. That'd be exciting. That'd be a first for this broadcast. And if not, we still get a wonderful cast by the unique Lyrical and Trent.
Unique? I don't know if I should be offended
that's
or not.
That's not good, dude. That's the
was
word
that?
we all use when we hate a draft. Oh, that hero pick was unique.
Well, we're going to have a unique game here. I think it's actually going to be kind of hype. I was talking about, we were talking sort of during the draft, and I feel like last game and this game, Gambit needed like so much out of that last pick, and Luna kind of does it. What do you think about the draft?
Yeah, I think there weren't many great options, as the panel was kind of pointing out. So trying to find someone who's like a ranged hero and has like a decent IO combo, and I think Drow was still in, and then you have the Luna. So Luna maybe a little bit safer as well when it comes to like farming up in the jungle and actually recovering their game. But problems, of course, later on will still arise. You think about Luna as a pretty powerful ones get the BKB, but there's a Bane and an Axe, and we already saw like how well they played last game, particularly Ducalis. So I would be a little bit concerned about that particular timing.
All right, well, and that's going to be something to watch for, definitely, is, I think Fear was alluding to that could be a little bit scary for them in the later stages. Of course, they're hoping to have a really good start to this game, running together with that Undying in the safe lane, most likely. So already Alberco runs out with the IO, places down the ward. There was a spree of tips. Everybody in the game tipped Lorenov except for Lorenov, who I think tipped Immersion or something. But yeah, they're really liking his Storm apparently. Maybe that's what that means.
It's good. They're gonna bring them to victory this time. That's the plan,
Yeah,
It can't go worse than last game.
true. Absolutely. I expect big things from him this game.
Yeah. And I think Gauze is correct too. Just pointing out, like, there is an Undying. Like when you're playing Axe, this is like the one hero you really just don't want to see. It just stinks. He just decays you. He walks at you. He kind of takes away what's supposed to be your one of your more powerful points in the game in the laning phase when you have like a decent combo. So now, mind you, Undying has his own issues, particularly like mana. You might be just like suiciding into towers and stuff to get that back, and then you don't want to get caught like in between decays. Sometimes you're like just trying to get that break point where your greed pays off, and then you get hit by an earth spike or something.
Right.
That could be quite the issue.
Well, and that's going to be, something to watch for is how aggressive do they want to be in this bottom lane and trying to stop Malik from getting a ton of farm. Already starting right now with the Battle Hunger on the Axe. And it's going to be interesting to watch if, like, I think the other thing the panel was kind of talking about was the Axe in facing off against the Kunkka in the last game, and the idea of trying to put more pressure on there that they would have liked to see maybe from Gambit. I'm curious if Malik can make that happen once he gets a couple of levels, but it feels like it's just going to be a completely different game. As mid lane matchup, Storm versus Shadow Fiend. And, well, this is probably what we're going to see a lot of, is getting the quick bout of damage out there.
Yeah. I'd like to see one of the supports come mid and just, like, block a small camp, if they get a moment to. Because these are two heroes that really abuse the small camp.
True.
And you can even check right now, Lornoff has a sentry, goes in with the Remnant just to make sure as well. Very nice. Gets that free little damage on the spawn, too. Perfect stuff there. You can do some pretty crafty blocks on that small camp as well if you're Dire. So Storm able to completely secure it.
Yeah, dropping it down in the low ground or whatever would be super annoying. But at least so far, nobody getting completely zoned out. Everybody's looking like they're having an okay time of it. Although there was a quick little stun there on the Happy Durari. Still taking a ton of damage. This Battle Hunger, mega annoying.
Yeah, this is the worst case scenario for an Undying player. You've now used a ton of your mana, and you didn't really zone them back. He's like missing 12 strength, but Alberca doesn't really have that much harass to throw into Malik right now anyway. So that's just going to come back, and he's just going to be fine.
True. Storm again coming in, clears out the camp the rest of the way in time for it to respawn again, and SF going to do the same, pick up water runes, spam the wave, come back afterwards. It's just what we're
Very
gonna see over
exciting,
and over
man.
again. Yeah, exactly. But up top, it was something that, Fear was talking about, the ability to, go for the swashbuckle away, but then afterwards, can you really stay in the lane? And it feels like with immersion here, Melis is actually somewhat comfortable, keeping himself survivable.
Yeah, well, as long as you're breaking the link, I mean, does it matter? Like, let's say you get nightmared or something after, and they actually like surround you. Like, will they even have the damage really? Like, with most supports, I feel like you're gonna be okay, and especially as you said with an IO, it's pretty fine too. So that cooldown on static link just so long.
Yeah. A little bit of a lead right now for Krillat, but not anything that's like completely terrible. Is getting some extra hits there, able to secure another creep.
So this is their
Farm perfectly
theoretical
fine.
moment, right? Like, he just used a swashbuckle. Both of the heroes are here, and they still don't feel like they can pressure.
Yeah, it's if you can't get the kill, I guess, against the Aya, they're going to be able to trade regen more effectively anyways. So
What also
We'll
was
see.
good, though, is that when they went in like that, Ducalis, they didn't go for the kill, but Ducalis to use that positioning to get in it and body block off that camp again, because they'd actually de-warded it on AS Monaco Gambit. So now they're still not going to have that pull to rebalance this lane, and Krylat should still get some good CS.
trading over
Oh,
the
I like
nightmare.
this.
Getting aggro.
Yeah. So they tanked through without using one of the swashbuckles, though.
Interesting. Huh. That's gonna be something to watch for, definitely, if they can make something work here. But like, it's too, it's a laner that's really good at zoning people back because he trades really effectively on the Bane, and then on the other hand, an IO that trades really effectively because it has like infinite regen. So
Yeah.
kind of a weird matchup. At least in mid so far, you can see Young G about a level ahead, actually, or half a level or so of Lorenov. And going to also TP in Ducalis to secure potentially a kill. Nightmare's there.
He's playing
And
so
a couple
well.
punches. Trying to bring him down. Loren off the turn, but Immersion shows up with the salve, keeping him alive. Young G brought down low. Young G, one more hit. It's enough for first blood. All right. Apparently, Io better than Bane right there.
Yeah. Ducalis playing well. Immersion playing better, though. Damn, that was so good. You don't really think of the come-through saves from Io in the early game, but gets there, and as you said, with that salve, too, and the turn and burn damage as well. They're lucky Ducalis didn't go down there, too.
Down
Beautiful
bottom.
stuff there.
Gotta be careful. Tombstone drop. Alberca being brought down low. Needs to kill a creep for the battle hunger. And wants to do it. We'll finally get it off. But super duper low on this Luna. And no regen in sight. Has to run home on the Luna. What?
Painful. I thought they'd have salve, but yeah, they're all out.
Being in boots out at least for the Luna, so she can run faster. But interesting game. Right now, not a huge lead one way or another, but that run back to base definitely hurts for the Luna. Saving a point right now, probably have to go into Moonglaves to catch back up later.
Yeah, just hold on that so you don't push out your wave.
Well, in the meantime, Storm has managed to get 6 and is going to TP back in now. So the 6-minute mark, what the panel was talking about with those runes and making sure that they don't give up too many of them to the Storm on the side of PuckChamp. Like
And they
Gambit.
finally got that pull up top, too. Like
Oh, okay.
after all that contesting up there, they were able to clear it. They had to drop another sentry on the right because Ducalis actually had a second. He had a sentry covering, too, so he was body blocking as well as had the sentry in the camp, too, so took them a while to save it. But they'll finally get that kill they wanted on him earlier.
Ooh, and Young G wanting to get there in time. Does he get it? Oh, good play. That probably keeps him alive right there. I think if you get that DD, Lorenov can maybe make a run at him.
Yeah, there's a chance there with like between the Stake of Immersion and that mana for the jump.
Yeah. Bidurara
There.
taking some more hits here. Zombies on the axe. And with enough separation, Alberca's still staying close, though. They got to be careful here. And the stun, oh, he's got no call. Never mind. Not level
They're so
5
low,
yet,
though.
but still enough. Right clicks through, gets the spin, gets the kill. Might even go for more if he wanted to. Vanguard axe, even at level 4, is just devastating.
Yeah, I would say the Undying counterpick is not doing quite enough this time. Between their earlier victory that forced the run back of the Luna, and now the death there too. Difficult start, and I see the circles of that whole like top area from the SF just saying, "Yo, Storm's playing up there. Like, Luna's gonna want to start farming through this jungle now." So who goes bottom at this point? Even this looks a bit tough for Ace Monaco Gambit.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh, the Renoff is...
the invasion, though. Okay, this is huge.
If he can get him. Although, ooh, good zip away. Nightmare looking for an opening. And we'll trade it over in a moment. Lorenoff gets hexed afterwards. Oh, the Requiem! What a sick play. He didn't know about Astrala on the other side of it. Now Immersion also in trouble. One more hit, but won't be enough. Oh, Lorenoff, you got greedy, buddy.
Malik's ruthless, dude. He's just like, he's not even paying attention. He's just like tipping to the other side of the map while he jungles.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Well, 2,000 gold lead off the back of that death. And FDR are going to try and hold on to this tower solo against the Axe. I don't know how well that's going to work. Meanwhile, up top here, they're trying to get a little bit of counter pressure on the side of Gambit. Going to be able to maybe pull this creep wave over as well. Yeah, Melis is catching that one. But so far, so good for PuckChamp.
Yeah, Monaco, a lot of pressure this game. Let's get off to a decent start so that he can kind of help create these good situations. Yeah, you don't really want to rely on the Pango as your first initiation into all these fights. So much better as the second jump in. I'm not going to be able to do that with a late Orchid, that is for sure.
And no runes so far this game, at least any of the power runes. He missed out on the Invis, which was picked up. Young G has it now. And Requiem still 20 seconds on cooldown.
It'll be up in time.
Oh, man.
He timed it. He was waiting. So they do have sentries around here, though. So he's now spotted on an Ob Sentry combo coming into the jungle.
He should know, though, seeing that they left one creep behind. Yeah. He's just going to farm that up and then retreat out. So that gives... And he immediately knows that there's a ward up there, too. Damn. Even when it's like
but does
a
Astral
good
die
dodge.
For this, though?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
They're bringing over Malik's shutting down the farm of the Luna all the way in here as well.
He's blocking any sort of punish on this line. He's like, no, you're good, you're good. Go D-ward, it's fine.
Damn.
And Happy is just under the tower, trying to find something.
Yeah.
I don't even think this feels good. As if, like, I like playing Undying, I would not be happy doing this. Because I want to be pressuring, right? I don't want to be farming under a tower.
Oh, my God. Well, it ain't looking so good, Trent, for the dream of a 3-game series.
No, sir.
Another rune miss for the Storm. That one only an illusion, but still. Gambit trying to get something online here. I don't think we've seen a Rolling Thunder yet.
No, we have not. And he's going to have a blink up this axe pretty soon.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. Well, spoke about it. It's finally here now. Rolling Thunder through, along with a little bit of a jump from Lorenoff, and they managed to find the kill onto Ducalis. It was Immersion that took the kill, but regardless, still good to find anything, if at all possible, on the map for him. And they're going to use, on the side of PuckChamp, the glyph right now, and trying to put some pressure onto the mid lane with a big creep wave and the siege wagon here. There's some potential.
Yeah, Ducalis drew the line right on the minimap. He said, come on, let's go, team. Everybody go mid.
Smoke breaks. Happy to our moves in, and many heroes in the area, but don't want to overextend.
Astral's the world's greatest support. He just dug up a bounty rune for Young Chi to bottle. I mean, really,
Oh.
what more can you ask for?
That's kind of crazy. That's really good.
That's broken.
Dude,
Broken bounty digger.
10-minute blink dagger. Don't get too close together now, Gambit. Don't get too close. They see this ward, and Lorenoff shows for a moment. Ooh, he's thinking about it.
Sick deny, though.
Yeah. Good play. Lorenoff. Smoke afterwards.
you see a 10-minute blink on your axe in a pub or something, you're just like, dude, like I don't really want to do this right now. But like they have a lion who's level 7 right now. He already has Vanguard. This isn't some like poor axe. This axe is just massive.
Yeah, it is an incredible lead that they've built up on just that hero in particular. And I don't know, feels like the one that's sort of been left behind is Alberca on the Luna, trying to get towards the Dragonlance. They're going straight BKBs. Like, SF already has 2 components.
All right, well, likewise, though, that Orc is there and ready. There's a DD rune. This is their time. If there ever was a moment to come back in this game, it's Blink Pango. It's a DD. I almost feel like they should have immersion on the Luna for relocate, but Alberca, of course, has gone max farming, so there's really not much use. You know, not going to be coming in with some like relocate eclipse. You got to work with what you got with the 4 hero squad here.
But to be honest, even just like the damage from Lunar Blessing can start to add up a good amount as well. So
That's true.
like, I don't know. It feels like they need everything at this point if they really want to take a fight. And looks like Gambit content to just farm up instead. Wait for a better moment later on, apparently. But that moment, I don't know if it's going to come. 3 to 3.
Does Zukalis die here? Oh, he gets spotted.
Thinking about it? Nah, not going to go.
Ooh, oh, and he just dropped a sentry too at the same time.
Relocate. Looking for a fight. To get Astral.
All right, that's pretty nice.
Oh, well played. And a quick and easy pickoff. Gambit finding a moment for themselves.
What I liked about that zip back instead of forward is the threat of the axe blink. You know, so like you're dodging the earth spike, but you're not getting punished with a quick blink and into a massive punish. So nice job. Now back bottom.
Looking for it. Zukalis in some trouble and gonna go down. They do.
Oh, no.
Get the call though. Oh, just in time. Lorenov able to keep himself survivable. Immersion's gonna go down. And just for the skin of his teeth, he gets out. Holy moly, they got away.
Space made. Double
That's so
kill.
much space. Damn. Very well played by Gambit. All right, they're not out. The fight back is coming. I was worried we were just going to get another rollover here, but they're making some moves.
It kind of shows the state of this game that that's the kind of play they need, how difficult that was, and that's just like starting to close a gap, you know?
Right.
The gap is definitely still there, but Young G's been a little bit busy running around the map here between these movements, so quick catch-up now from Lornov because of all that.
Right. Yeah, this is what you want to see if you're a Gambit fan, for sure.
Young G has gone just naked BKB this game, too.
Yeah.
Which is, that's pretty scary, you know? No Dragonland, no nothing, just the big item.
That's and there really isn't that much right now to do damage through that. That being said, Alberca's also going straight into the BKB after the Mask of Madness and Dragonlance, so it's this question that I feel like it exists of if PuckChamp don't manage to find like a good fight right now, you're going to be farming way more as
yeah, Zukalis was like, he was standing watching Zukalis come up that ramp.
Wait a minute. Jump in.
Still doesn't have eclipse.
Stun, caught, dead. Melis goes down. That's what they needed.
Yeah, still not able to get much out of Melis, huh?
No.
You know, get that kill up top. Has had that blink dagger for quite a while, but not syncing up with these plays.
All right, and I mean that is one thing at least is like you go for Orchid, you go for Blink Dagger, you think you can find kills on Pango, so that hurts. But on the other hand, you know, the Luna's sort of just been AFK farming, and that is like, you know, at least something that's kind of going well for them here.
Yeah, and she was really far behind.
Yeah.
So Alberca able to help get himself back up into the conversation here. He's actually almost back up towards the net worth of Krylat there. So very good now, mind you. He's also ulting in the jungle right now, utilizing the the Razor with the Eye of the Storm here. So gonna be propelling passive.
I thought you were talking about Alberca.
No, he still doesn't have ulti.
Yeah.
So you know, I guess his ulti right now is Lunar Blessing. You know, if you want to go with that.
Rolling. Oh, not able to get the second hit, but maybe a second round here. Young G pops the ulti out and gonna be able to kill off Lorenov. DD not doing enough, and now the grip connects. Melis goes down, and they might have another. They take down the tombstone. Now trying to turn.
Gold.
Going for the connection. Abdurrara in some trouble as they start swinging in on those right clicks. Finally bringing him down. And that fight did not go the way they hoped it would.
Dude, that's actually insane that it's 200 gold at max level. That's a crazy amount of gold for killing Tombstone.
Oh,
Like, you really can't throw that thing down in a bad situation.
Alberca thinking about it. They have a ward over to the side. I don't know if they saw him up there. I think, yeah, now they see him. They know. Oh, God, Alberca, he got to run. Is he going to get greedy and stay for another camp? They're not going to go for him. Okay.
Ooh, unfortunate that lead has opened up a little bit more, but perhaps once that BKB comes out on Alberca, as he said, like able to dodge these ganks, maybe they can get that. And how is that going to sync up with the Roche fight? I guess will be the main question too. But unfortunately, even if the BKB comes out now, we do have that Blink Dagger done on Astral. So your one-stop answer there to the Luna, and also a grave concern for Lornov when he tries these sort of plays on the side lanes. You can see that Astral was already moving here, hoping he'd pop through.
Mm.
They have so much like chain stun between the two supports.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting. And I mean, the other thing is that you're sort of getting to this later stages. Colette going for the refresher next. Already has that Falcon Blade BKB done. That double Eye of the Storm is pretty devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke. PuckChamp. They want to take a fight. Scanning. See Durara in the pit. So this is about best case scenario of losing the Undying. Question is, will they lose Roche afterwards?
Yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have buyback.
Mm.
Although, yeah, I think he probably would have too, actually, because you have Blink Pango. Like, you really want to fight this.
And they're not giving it up too easily. PuckChamp shows up, jumps in.
Great catch. He's a
Call, and the follow-up stun is there. Like you were talking about, Astral in position, and they bring down that Pango. Now, he has buyback, but can you even really go for that? Oh, it's hard to say.
I mean, Lordov's just, like, juggling over on their side, trying to find something. They're pressuring the tier 2. I mean, they're still not in the pit. I think it's actually pretty good news for AS Monaco Gambit.
Yeah.
Because they could have had this for free by now. Merchant's going to check and be like, no, they're not there, guys.
Interesting.
And now they see the axe under ward.
Over on the other side, they are recognizing the rest of the team's grouping back together. Undying is under 2 wards right now. And the jump in the meantime. With the ulti afterwards. Malik dead.
Yeah,
Good
he thought he'd
catch.
be able to blink before he took any damage, but he got caught.
And now, potentially in some trouble. Krlat trying to back away. Has the BKB, though. And I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like this double BKB with SF and the Razor.
They're going to take it. That was so greedy.
Interesting. That's crazy.
Maybe he just did. I could have swore he saw the storm. Maybe he just didn't know. But I think he was trying to play like a bait play. Because he's like, oh, I get orchided.
They're heading in.
Fight.
Running in with the plasma field. Roche down somewhat low, trying to take this out, but there's going to be the BKB immediately afterwards, and they destroy the Pango. Didn't stand a chance. Roche isn't low enough. Tombi's starting to make a little bit of work happen. Do they have buyback? Can they get back here in time? BKB afterwards from Alberca. Now Lorenov jumps forward. The Nightmare! Oh, the great play to catch the storm! Triple kill for Young G! What a sick play from Ducalis. Damn, they caught him.
I like how he gets Nightmare and Astral's still just blinking it anyway. Like, yeah, I hit the cover too. Don't worry. I'm here.
Damn.
I got you guys. Such a hard game for Lornov. And I think that was the call, though, going for the Roche there. Maybe not leaving so far away as the Pango, but, you know, I guess he can't play the whole game as if Bane's going to be there. But fortunately for PuckChamp, Ducalis was ready. Got the grip and the easy end to any sort of a defense there from melees on that Pangolier.
Yeah. Oh, man. And, like, maybe if they just had a little bit more farm or something, they can finish off Roche and then take the fight at that point. But, like, oof, it hurts. It definitely hurts for Gambit now. That was their opportunity and fell away. 8,000 gold lead now, and they're going to have to dodge away from this Aegis and all the pressure that PuckChamp are bringing to them. Can they do it, though? They spot. Hey, there's a ward up there, and immediately Hex. Finger of death afterwards, trying their best, will manage to get the Luna away. And now rolling in afterwards. Okay, this could be a good fight. Tombstone up on the high ground. They're missing a couple of times. And that ends up working. They take down 2. And that's with Aegis for PuckChamp.
And they did use the BKB as well, so they could push this tier 1. Although there will be a Requiem backup pretty soon, so that could be a bit of a scary concept.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely true. I am really impressed with PuckChamp. I think that this team, you know, I wasn't sure exactly what to expect for them here, but I think it's just another example of how this region just has so much talent in it across the board. And you know, they're going to be putting on a hell of a show here throughout the whole of this DPC season.
Yeah, I think that people are really starting to appreciate the depth of a lot of regions. You know, kind of similar to how like China started getting like their younger teams and everything, and the academy teams. That was something that developed before there was any sort of a DPC system that could sort of foster that with different incentives. But now, you know, we're creating 8 more teams in like a second division. Whereas, you know, you think about qualifiers in the old days for your typical tournaments going around, there would usually be about 8 to 10 different teams. So you kind of had that as like this sort of a limit of like who was playing constantly in the region. And now we've doubled that. And that's where you're getting these sort of creations from.
Oh, Requiem down. And they catch one. Alberca just wanted to farm. No such luck. God. Shadow Blade really is such a solid item now.
But everyone buys sentries.
Right? Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
How can it be so good?
There's a limit on the number of sentries you can buy. That's how it's true.
It's true. You know, and those are the kind of moments, you know, you don't run behind a tower maybe and try and blow someone up, right? You think more on these side lanes and stuff. That's definitely where it's going to shine.
Yeah.
And yeah, we also killed Necronomicon, so that was pretty hype.
Oh yeah, that's definitely worth it. Refresher done now. And Razor, does he decide to go for the Ags next for Colette? Potentially could be a cool build, but definitely doesn't have to, the way that this game is going. Malik waiting nearby, ready to go.
He should just buy another refresher, so then he could refresh his refresher. Okay. Why has no one ever thought of that?
Okay, Trent.
Yeah. Someone will try that. All right, guys, you don't refresher. Just to be clear.
Yeah, there you go. You about to ruin somebody else's game in the world.
Someone instantly closed the stream anyway. They're just like, oh my god. They just go queue up right now. Guys, I have this crazy idea.
And then you refresh the other one. Infinite Eye of the Storm.
It's amazing. Ice Frog hates this one cool trick.
What's next now? Got Chrysalis soon for the Luna. Need to get some of that like physical damage and try and find a way to deal with these heroes. The problem has just been like really good catch either by, like you were talking about, Ducalis or Astral. These supports providing so much in this game.
Good gamers.
All right. Nellis.
Then you got Happy on Undying. You're just like, I can't do anything in this game. I'm worthless. I feed 200 more gold every team fight. It's a sad feel playing Undying when you're losing, dude. And, you know, he just played Disruptor while losing, too. Those are 2 of the worst heroes to play when you're losing.
Yeah. God, that was a rough game for him there. That was even worse than this one in a way, it feels like. But the Tombstone does, like, when it got up there on the high ground, giving vision, and they weren't able to kill it right away, there were moments where it felt kind of cool. Oh, no. Alberca, good TP away. Gambit recognizing you can only push one wave, but a big rotation opens up a little bit more of the map now for the rest of Gambit.
That's also partially why Undying feels bad to play from behind, too, is that when you're playing from ahead as an Undying team, you want to force fights near these pillars. Like, it makes the hero so much better because if you guys don't play a lot of Undying, you get this massive 1800 vision in both nighttime and daytime when you throw down Tombstone. So it's all about just seeing the entire fight. It's not just the zombies. The vision's a very crucial aspect when you're playing at like the top tier of Dota.
On right now, oh, interesting. Lorenov went back for Boots of Travel on Storm after BKB. I don't know if I've seen that one in a while. Quick little glyph. Yeah, it's all over the place.
He's gonna keep this game alive, you know.
As long as possible. Yeah, I guess that's one thing with the increased cost of TPs, like the zip TP away strategy, a little bit better with bots, I guess.
Yeah.
Pushing out all the waves. Ducalis letting them know, all right, we're going to push in this one if somebody comes, and if they don't, then we're going to go try and gank bottom. But there are people there. And it feels like with Aegis just now expiring, another about 2 minutes likely, and then we're going to see another Roche attempt by PuckChamp. I'm curious, do you think that Gambit need to contest that, or do they just kind of need to hold high ground this point no matter what?
I think their best bet is to try and go for some sort of an aggressive play into the dire top jungle, get some vision down, and see if they can get a pick and maybe force like a bad buyback or something. And even if it means they don't get the Roche, like you want to put some sort of a cost on it, because PuckChamp are really dedicated to getting this Roche when it comes back up. So, you know, they're going to be playing up here. They're going to try and fight for it. But at some point, because you have this Boots of Travel and the Storm Spirit, you're hoping you can force some sort of pressure onto one of the other lanes, where someone's going to have to go and cover that, and then you've got IO relocate. So if you can create a punish situation out of that, that might be able to, you know, domino effect something else. Astral actually just blinks in.
And they're going to kill Lorenov again and also kill Melis. The rest of the team is here too. They're all going to die if they're not careful. Immersion trying to get the relocate out of there, but Alberca dies. Oh, no. Devastation in this top lane. They get the tombstone. Happy Durara's just trying to hide away. Oh, that went about as bad as it could have.
He just did not care. He just blink hexed. He's like, that's all I need. I don't care.
Damn, dude. That's unrelenting tips for Lorenov here. PuckChamp trying to send a message in this game, too, as they're up 16K. And throughout the whole series, it has not looked particularly close. They're just looking better. There's a chance you could have said, all right, the draft was like looking really good in game number 1, but this one is just, it feels like an outplay.
Wow. Again, a similar situation, I suppose, where you're hoping for a certain thing on the laning stage and not getting it, and that's what makes this look so particularly awful.
Yeah.
You know, like the Axe just got away with everything. But really, it just comes down to utilizing their first couple item power spikes. That has not been going well, right? Like, Melee's was not able to be activated this game, particularly on the Pango.
Yeah.
When the Blink Dagger came out, they didn't find a fight. The Orchid went, like, kind of okay. They had that, like, one play, but they needed more, right? Like, Orchid Storm is not some giant 2-minute cooldown. You got to keep doing it. You get more mana, you do it again, you know? That is something they weren't able to find. So, again, they love this strat, though.
We've seen it a couple times. The big old wraparound.
Oh, my God. This is a huge wrap.
Oh, no. They see the courier, though. Oh,
fired.
no.
Reported.
God.
Nothing gets me more than that, dude. If you smoke and you have a courier follow you, you're done. You're out.
Was the Holy Locket recipe worth it? Oh. And now. Ooh,
Right, that was kind of sick, though. They just stole that tier 1. That was kind of hype.
That's what they need.
You can gank towers. They don't move.
It's true. And they also caught the creep wave, too, so there's no way to really... Well, actually, there's a creep wave coming in top. If they want to, I think PuckChamp just walk high ground now.
The only threat to that is that then you just give away Roche. Which, like, you don't really need to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's probably not a big deal if they get it, but, you know, you don't really have to give it up. You can just fight for it.
It's
You're
true.
stronger.
This vision, though, is always a little bit scary walking high ground here against what Gambit have.
Well, look what Carlos is doing. He's walking around. He's got an Invis rune. He's got a Shadow Amulet, and he's holding a gem. You know?
Yeah.
He sees everything. He's all-knowing.
Smoke on smoke. Who's going to find first?
Oh, the
Astral?
game ender!
Looking for it. Got to be careful. Roll through. Not bad. Round 2. Need to get the pull. No! BKB gets out in time. Young G is godlike. Turns now onto the Luna. GG is called. Is able to get that BKB off in time for the Shadow Fiends. And PuckChamp take down Gambit in just absolutely devastating fashion.
Yo, MVP Ducalis. This guy was such a pleasure to watch on Bane today. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and watch these. Like, I mean, Bane's sick, guys. Bane's broken. Bane's such a good
really
hero.
is.
All right? Like, it feels amazing. Behind, ahead. I mean, particularly ahead. You know, it feels really nice to just run up and start gripping people. But it wasn't even that. I love the way he uses his spells. Like, I found through both of the matches that constantly he's holding that grip for the perfect moment. And this game, he had an assignment. All right? Target on the back of that Pango ulti. And every single one of Melee's ultis after that first one up top got ruined by Fiend's grip. He just couldn't play Dota.
Yeah, it felt like it was kind of the perfect answer for what they needed. And I'm curious what the panel has to say about it. If they feel like a lot of this was down more to like the draft again or not. Like I personally really just feel like PuckChamp are playing incredibly well though. Regardless of what was going on in the draft, they played like they played in like a really they knew what their win condition was and then didn't overextend for other things.
Yeah, Malik's sick. He played really well today too. So very very well done as the new addition to the roster here, and that puts them 4-0 now. As of course, we always talk about every game matters so much when it comes to the DPC and how the format works. So this is a super strong start for them. And on the other side, Gambit now 2-2. Every loss also is very worrisome when you're trying to secure those top slots in the region.
True enough, yeah. The other win for PuckChamp being against Na'Vi, and for Gambit, the other one being against Empire. But still a lot of Dota to be played, and a little bit more today as well. We're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, the panel's going to break it all down. We'll see you then.
Welcome back. The PuckChamp train continues. Another 2-0 for them. This time not against a lower, lesser org like Na'Vi, but a real org like Gambit. No, I'm joking. PuckChamp looking very good. I mean, in the Na'Vi games, because it was a new roster and they were kind of getting used to each other, we didn't know what to expect from them. You can maybe chalk that up to first game jitters. But now, against Gambit, they looked impressive.
And to me, this is a series where these, winner of this has a really good chance at getting, a third slot at the major, getting that wildcard slot. You look at the favorites, it's, VP and Spirit, obviously, to get top 2, maybe. So a huge win for them, and they did it very convincingly. 2 games in a row where they're just playing the laning stage really well and getting an edge right from the get-go.
What was that you enjoyed from them, Fear, on these games?
I like the way they think about drafting. Because their carry player is making a lot of space for their mid. I believe that they're flex picking as well with these Kunkka and Razor carries. I'm not sure, but right now what they're doing, it's fun to watch and they're executing very well.
I know you told me we were talking in the off time. Of course, we comment on the games. You're saying you think it's quite important for a team to have a good synergy between the 1 and the 2, right? Do you see that in PuckChamp?
Oh yeah, very much so. It looks like from these games, if they like playing SF mid, or maybe some poker, there's a lot of type of mid heroes that kind of need more farm to get the ball rolling. You need the right carry player to enable that type of player. Looks like that's like a formula that they can do. What I do want to see as this progresses further on, additional space making mid with hard carry, right? If they can do both, that's kind of like the signs of a good team in this day and age.
Head-to-head between the mid players, particularly second SF game for Young G. Look impressive.
Not a bad game for Larinov. I thought he was solid on Storm. It was just such a tough ask to come back in that game. The Luna, it was a bad Luna game to begin with, and then having a rough laning stage, they got run over by the Axe. It was just too much pressure on his shoulders to make every single play on the map.
It does seem like it was just him as the true win condition, and then Luna existed.
What I said, it's all on the Storm this game. He had to have a great game, and the moment I saw that 6-minute DD rune get denied by SF, I was like, that's so big, right? Because he needed to do so much this game.
I mean,
without runes, it's hard.
Luna hero damage, not what you want to see.
Look at this, and you don't see the game. You think, is that a Luna 4? Is that what we're watching?
Yeah, I mean, Luna vs. Razor is already a hard matchup just because you can't get away from the static link. You're kind of fast, but Razor's faster, so you can't really outrun it. And then the only good thing he had going for him was the lane was supposed to go better, and he was supposed to snowball. But bad Luna game, bad lane. We all know how that kind of ends. You don't have any impact.
And I was saying, I also expected more from Melis's Pangolier. He got a good timing on the blink. The lane didn't go too terribly, but he never really found a way to... I think as a team, they needed to make better just movements around the map with his blink dagger timing and the Storm Spirit. They just weren't connecting on kills. They weren't taking objectives. It just felt like they were just being outplayed all over the map.
Yeah, and then the supports, of course, as we get into their head-to-head, were really impressive. PuckChamp, particularly their Bane player, Ducalis, just kind of a Bane spam. You can tell, whatever that means, he likes to help out his teammates, and here we even see Astro on the line was a pretty decent performance on the line. You saw a couple of clutch hexes against the Storm, particularly there was one really important one with a Nightmare save, right, that they caught the Storm on the high ground, and they hexed him right before he can ball lining away. into Requiem Death.
Little blue hat item, do you think?
A
Fluffy.
hat.
Oh, it's Fluffy Hat.
Yeah.
Ah. I've not seen that little shiny blue one before. All right.
I think it was the original design on before they made it. You know,
Very
From
snug
purple.
and wintry.
it does.
Better.
That's once they changed the design, CM stopped going 5 fluffy hats, and then
Yep.
the meta changed. CM no longer a viable support. But we have an interview instead of this.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have an interview with Ducalis, position 5 here for
Nice.
PuckChamp. Hello, Ducalis. How you
Yeah,
doing?
hello guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing great. But in second game I died 4 times. It was a bit bad for me. I wanted to die 1 or 2, but
Okay.
shit happens.
But first game you had an incredible performance though, right? You were pretty happy with the first game
Yeah, yeah.
performance. I want to ask you about a play. Was there, because Fear mentioned this, and I know you're curious. There was a moment where you were fighting near the Roche pit, right? Well, you remember the time of the game of that?
I don't remember. Do you want me to ask the question?
Yeah,
or
if
what?
you want to ask,
Alright.
please ask the question.
Alright, there was a moment where Io was going to relocate someone out, and you slept
Mhm.
him. Was that intentional to disjoint the relocate so he couldn't target him?
Yeah. That was in my mind. I slept Axe actually, and he couldn't use tether to him.
Yeah, really high skill pro play there.
Yeah, that was impressive. What does it take to be a level 25 Bane? What do you have to go through to do that?
I was playing Bane actually 4 years ago, and I was level 20 3 years ago, and now I'm level 27 or 28. I doesn't really watching it, but maybe in few months I'm gonna be level 30.
Level 30 Bane, and then you got to TI. That's the dream, right?
Yeah, like me Pashka.
Exactly.
Yeah. Was Team Spirit a big inspiration for your team, seeing how well, obviously winning TI? Yeah, was that a big inspiration for you?
Yeah, I was watching in cinema with my friends at hub with a lot of people, and the emotions was really incredible because these people was playing half to half with us at Clan Wars months ago, and now they're winning TI, and it give us power to watch more, play more, and just a lot of motivation.
Question from us. So, your last 4 games, you guys kind of make it look easy. Is there any teams in your region right now that you think will be a challenge for you?
I would say that Team Spirit is still playing good. We have next match with them. We're gonna train a few days and gonna watch what we gonna show. I think they playing good, and the VP is maybe playing good too. They have 3 players from the old roster and 2 new players, young blood. So we have next next match Spirit, Empire, Virtus Pro. So just wait for it, and we're gonna watch.
Is your team playing at a boot camp, or are you all online right now?
Yeah, we at the boot camp. We are playing from Kiev.
Ducalis, thank you for coming by. It's really exciting to see your journey. I've seen you since you were in Div 2, so it's really happy to see you guys doing well in Div 1 as well. And we hope to have you here again for another interview when you win your next match.
Yes, thanks. I was really enjoyed that you here, because I was watching translations where you was commenting us.
Okay, thank you, Ducalis. Congratulations on your win and good luck on your next match.
Yeah, thanks. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You know I'm not a fake. I was,
He knew you, Avo.
I was genuinely a fan. No,
love
these
it.
guys are hype. Actually,
Yeah.
full bias for this team. I don't care. It's nice to see a team that rises up, because most of the times you see teams that rise up, right, and then their players get poached. And it's good because you see new talent, but the team itself doesn't stay together. And this is a team that actually, for the most part, stay together.
Yeah.
Like Bisco style, rising up. So I love these stories.
And it's great to hear what like a team like Spirit does for the region. Just like, oh, they can do it. We were 50-50 with that team just 6 to 12 months ago. That's going to make us like, we want to be that next team. So it really was this motivating factor for so many of these young new teams.
Spirit inspired a lot of orgs to start picking up new blood as well. So that hasn't worked out for now. But well, it's a good trend anyway.
Oh, absolutely. They revitalized the scene. They, just brought like this crazy excitement, I think, for so many different players as well as orgs, as you mentioned. So yeah, it was great for Dota to see a new team win TI.
For new teams, we also have a new team coming up. It's going to be Hellraisers, who actually has to go against Virtus.pro. Both teams have made some considerable changes, Hellraisers more so. But before that, we're going to have to take a small break, and then we'll be back with the next match of today between Virtus.pro and Hellraisers. Until then, guys.